Here's the question that came in. I'm getting the following error, and as you imagine, we've run out of extents. Max extents 1024 reached in some object, index or table, doesn't really matter. The key thing is notice that it's 1024. That's definitely not the default or some constant that's designed as part of the Oracle database. So an administrator has explicitly set max extents to 1024 in this particular example. But the question is, what do I do to rectify it? I don't have admin privilege. I requested the admin to alter max extents to unlimited, and he suggested to recreate the index and not touch max extents. So back to how do we rectify max extents? Here's the rant that I will go on now. Max extents became unlimited from 7.3 and then improved upon vastly in 8.1. We've spoken about that in a previous office hours session. However, that is not to say that we're endorsing that all tables should be allowed just to go into millions upon millions upon millions of extents. I think it's good practice for DBAs to be regularly monitoring extents on tables to make sure they don't climb into ridiculous numbers. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is, if you think a table is going to be, say, 1001 megabyte extents, and then you see it's in a million extents, it's not the number of extents that I'm particularly concerned about. It's the fact that your prediction of that object was to be about a gigabyte in size, 1000 times 1 meg. If it's now grown to a terabyte in size, that means something about this application, something about this data is dramatically different to your expectations. Maybe that's a great thing. Maybe you've been successful in your, bringing in hundreds of millions of sales. Maybe it's a problem though. Maybe it means something's gone wrong, something's spilling data or not cleaning up data, etc. So it's worth examining or investigating to see why something has grown into an unexpected number of extents. And the second thing I would say is, as a result, yes, it's good to be monitoring above a certain threshold, and this DBA has chosen 1024. But monitoring above a certain threshold is very different to actually establishing a hard capped ceiling. If you're getting this error, it means your application is down or something is broken in your application. I don't think as DBAs we should ever break an application unless the seriousness of the occasion warrants it. If we're getting hacked, we might shut our applications down. If we have found some sort of auditing breach, whatever, we may choose to shut applications down. But shutting an application down or breaking an application here simply because it's reached a high number of extents, I think that's doing a terrible service to your customers. In reality, yes, monitor for above some number, 1024, but don't make that the limit. Still leave your max extents as unlimited, or if you're monitoring for 1024, maybe make your limit 10,000, something that you're going to pick up via monitoring before you actually get to the stage where you interrupt customers' usage of your applications. Our job as DBAs is continuity of service. To actually put these artificial limits on max extents, I think is a very bad idea. So my advice to the person who's raised this question is pretty simple. One, I think you should tell your admin they're wrong. That's in my opinion. I'm happy to talk to them about it. I think it's just a bad practice to interrupt applications and interrupt customers from trying to get their job done. However, it doesn't mean you should be automatically making all your max extents unlimited. I think there's a middle ground there that we can all have. Not touching max extents, I think, is bad advice from your admin.